But the idea that you got to go ultra heavy to grow is true, but it's not the only true thing. You can also grow from light, high rep shit. You just have to push it close to failure. The downside is training to failure generates a lot more fatigue. Probably not a few percent more, maybe a few dozen percent more, which is a big deal. If you're going to use a program which mostly has you do 3 or 2 or 1 rep shy of failure, you'll get great stimulus and you'll be able to recover from lots of sets over the course of weeks and months, which means you'll get a great stimulus and a great hypertrophy result. If you insist on going to failure even beyond in your sets, you can get very good results, but you have to reduce the total volume of your training because the amount of fatigue you accumulate is going to be rapid. It's going to happen fast. So have you ever heard of like HIIT training, Mike Mentzer, high intensity training, HIT? Mike Mentzer and those folks were fans of going to failure and beyond with drop sets and crazy shit like that. They got really good results, but they don't do very many sets. A few sets per muscle per workout's all they do, because they realized we can't recover from this. You can recover from more if you stay a little shy of failure. My suspicion is that if you want the best overall muscle growth and you have all the time in the world to train, that somewhere between 3 and 1 rep in reserve on average for a program is a really good idea. But you also want to test your shit every now and again. It's difficult to say this is 2 reps in reserve if it's been months since you've actually gone to failure on that exercise, because you can be fucking lying to yourself. Yeah, it's 2 RIR. Someone puts a gun to your head, literally maybe, and they're like, go to failure and you get 6 more reps. Well, shit. It turns out you weren't even in that best growth zone of 3 to 1. So what I would say is, a method that we use at RP, our app does this automatically. It starts you a few reps shy of failure, and then it presents incrementally slightly heavier loads over the weeks or repetition goals that are slightly higher. So it takes you from 10 reps to 11 reps to 12 reps, or takes you from 100 pounds to 105 to 110. Automatically, because your body can't adapt that quickly, you're going to reach failure a few weeks in, 4 to 6 weeks in. You'll not only have a whole range of going from 3-ish in reserve all the way to 0, which means you checked every box, but you'll now know something about yourself. You'll know exactly how high your best performance is. So for the next mesocycle, next program you construct, you can be like, okay, I know how strong I am. Let me start a little bit less than that and progress again to see if I can go a little bit higher. So I would say going from some number of reps in reserve all the way to failure in a single mesocycle is probably a good practice for many people, but not required. You can always go 2 or 3 reps in reserve. As long as you do enough sets, you'll get very close to ideal hypertrophy outcomes.